And now, Bottom Split Theatre.
Doing very well. Thanks for having us. Glad we could be here again together, Tom.
Absolutely. Looking forward to this race at Summit Point. Rookie Masters is the start of Season 3 of 2018, and all the stars are out in force for this first race of the season.
Why don't you, looks like we got some close times there at the top of the grid. Why don't you run us down through the starting order?
Absolutely. On pole, we have Francisco Raspagliese with a time of 1:23.806. He's just 300ths of a second faster than Silvina Perez, who set a lap early on in the session, wasn't bettered. Third place, we have William Richardson. Fourth place, Christian Trujillo. Fifth place, Jose Pablo Luarero. Sixth place, Brandon Owens. Seventh, Pierre Desroberts, followed by Ole Jakobsen, Nathan White, Lingard Miller, and Robert Hunt. The last three of those did not set a time in qualifying, so we don't have an idea of their true pace. But we have Raspagliese and Perez on the front row of the grid, as the cars are getting ready to go. What do you reckon, Albert?
There's 8 of them on the grid so far. Once we get 11, all right, now we got more. Let's see here. Nope, still 8. I thought I was seeing things. Actually, well, once the 9th joins, it looks like 2 of them are no longer present. Here we go. We got everyone. Engines up. Lights are on. And they're out.
And we're away. Good start from Perez from second. They're going to be challenging Raspagliese into the first corner. Let's see who's brave on the brakes coming into turn 1 here. Long run down to turn 1. Plenty of time to consider your move.
Yeah, Ole and Nathan, the 2 highest I-rated drivers in the field, are both laying back here at the run down to turn 1. Apparently they've been here before and know that sometimes things get spicy on the first lap in BST.
That said, a tremendous amount of respect shown through turn 1 by the leaders, and Raspagliese and Perez are already opening up a bit of a gap over third place. Third place is Luero, under challenge now from Trujillo, coming up to the kink.
Yeah, I expect that just based on the times we saw in qualifying that the front 2 will pull away, but I think we'll see a great battle all the way to the flag. So here they go, 2 wide into the twisty bits. That's never going to work around the outside there for the 11.
And of course, running 2 wide here on the opening lap will enable third and fourth to keep tabs on this opening duo and maybe make a chance to make a breakaway.
We can see, though, that the top 4 have already opened a noticeable gap over the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's car number 3, Pierre de Robert, hanging back a little bit here. And challenge from Richardson.
Yeah, Pierre there, or Christensen, went through the grass a little there on the approach to the last turn, able to gather it up. And at the end of lap 1, Francisco is your leader.
Yep. Perez close behind, only a couple of tenths of a second behind, and still keeping tabs on Raspagliese. And we have a pass for third place there. We have Trujillo and Luero. Trujillo down the inside of Luero into turn 1 and has the line on exit. Looks like he's making a move for third, coming into the fast left-hander of turn 3.
Yeah, Jose using all the track right out to the edge.
That was a good move from Trujillo. Nice move down on the inside, and plenty of respect shown here. I think, contrary to what we've seen in Bottom Split Theatre so far, some tremendous respect and lack of incidents so far on this opening lap.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm impressed with the clean driving so far at the front. Hopefully it continues the whole way.
That's why we watch Bottom Split Theatre, is for the clean, respectful, and fast racing.
Yep. Race Spot, they might be covering the top split, but only Huge Ass Broadcasting is covering the bottom split. So there we see the 11 run a little wide in the last corner, losing ground to our leader. Still a close battle back there in second and third. Let's take a look at that. Oh, what happened there? Did Christian get a slowdown?
May have been a slowdown there. Let me go back and have a quick look.
It has to be. Or there's something wrong with the car.
Maybe a misshift or gearbox issue. I don't see him running wide. I think maybe just a misshift. But he appears to be...
He cut the grass there in the last turn. I guess that's a slowdown.
That's very harsh if it is. But Christian now back behind.
And Christian takes another ride through the grass, gives up the spot to Nathan White.
Now that should be a slowdown.
No, he's definitely slowed down to catch a hold of it.
But Trujillo here going backwards rapidly through the pack. Nathan White, William Richardson, both profiting there from that, whatever that was. We'll see. Christian had enough pace qualifying to make his way back up the field now, so it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Nathan White, who I mentioned at the start, laying back, is now showing why he's the number 2 car here, able to drive up through the field, putting pressure here on the 8. The 8's going to make it easy. William just pulls over under bridge and lets Nathan go through the last corner.
Yeah, smart driving from both those cars. William saw that White was faster and let him have the position. But he's coming back at him now down the main straight. He got a better exit out of the final corner because he was able to take that line after slotting back behind him. And we could see a battle here into turn 1.
Yeah, White took way too much curb on the inside, upset his car, and compromised his speed. There, I think he was a little worried about the 8. He didn't dive all the way into the apex. That also compromised his line. That's going to allow Jose to squeak away just a little bit more.
But no contact between the cars. Very clean, very respectful racing, and that's what we want to see.
Ooh, lots of tire squeal, but still very close racing.
And what's interesting is that Jose Pablo Rivero in 3rd place is not really able to be making much of a move on these guys. He is rapidly being caught by the 2 cars behind him.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see an interesting battle for 3rd very shortly.
I think the second row of the grid got their tire pressures wrong. Both have just fallen through the field here after the first 3 or 4 laps. Once their tires got hot, they just lost all pace.
Well, conditions here at Summit Point are 78 degrees in the air temperature. It's fairly standard. We see a big moment there. Looked like William Richardson. Who was that? I think it was Richardson again.
Yep, Richardson.
Running wide, possible corner. And a little bit of action here, but everyone settled down again. And up front.
Yeah, Perez has started to fall back a little bit.
Yep. Perez falling back a little bit from Raspagliese. Last lap.
And here comes White, though.
Yeah.
We got 10 to go, and
White
at this pace, I think White can get there.
White into 3rd place now. Loureiro ran wide in turn 1 and ceded the position to him. Loureiro going backwards in the same manner as Trujillo earlier in the race, and White now 3rd place clean air, and he's going to be running away with this. Let's see.
I think our best battle is going to be the 8 car back in 5th, being pressured by the 7.
That's Richardson and Trujillo.
Oh,
trying to make
there
up.
we go!
Oh, and there's contact. Trujillo trying to make up for his earlier error, and he dove straight into the side. That was an ill-judged maneuver at best, I think.
Yeah, I think he just got in there a little too deep, eager to make up those lost positions, and drove right into the door of the 8 car.
That's a shame. That's a shame to see. Richardson had been having an eventful race to that point. Trujillo trying hard to make up the positions after the earlier incident. And I think he just ran out of talent a little bit in the braking zone there.
Really cost him quite a few positions, too. He fell all the way back to the 8th position. He was in 5th.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Profiting from that are Brandon Owens and Ole Jakobsen.
But the battle at the front is heating up again. It's it's right at a half a second.
Yeah, last lap, Perez was 8/10 faster than Raspagliese. Raspagliese running wide out of
feeling the
turn 3
pressure.
there.
He's starting to feel the pressure. Perez pouring it on.
Yeah, Salvina here is
Here we go. I
Was
think
there
there was a little contact. I think there was. I see Perez's hood is now bent.
Yeah, running very close to the braking zone of the hairpin there.
Francisco, good car control to hang on to it there. I've seen other people take a direct shot in the bumper in the braking zone and not be able to hold on.
For sure. And that's a little reminder from Perez there that they're here and they're ready to do some battle. It'd be interesting to see now if Perez can catch back up to Respectliesi. He actually lost a bit of time there because of that incident and the resultant checkup. So keep an eye on that.
I don't see any apologies being expressed between the team messages. So
team radio chat has been very quiet this race, which is a shame to see, frankly. We like to have the in-touch and in-depth analysis from the teams in real time, but if we see anything, we will relay that to the viewers.
Look like our leader ran a little wide there in turn one. Perez holding a tidier wheel. Looks like he closed it up just a bit. Back under a second. And where did he go? Oh no, is Perez's internet going to be his undoing? No, he's back.
They're back. This is Perez struggling with an internet quality of 61 in the iRacing terminology, which basically means that they are a liability.
He's barely hanging on, folks. But in the braking zone, man, that was almost perfectly executed. He was right on the brakes at the very last moment, carrying the maximum amount of speed through there. Super fast through that part of the track, but he loses ground there in the twisty part just after, and it takes him the rest of the lap to get back in position. I believe he's got to get just a little closer, make his move, maybe into that downhill braking zone.
Also worth noting that Raspagliese is dealing with a ping of 416 from Hispano-America tonight as well. So neither of these drivers can really depend 100% on the quality of their connection.
And that just adds to catch lap traffic.
And here we go.
Yes, so the drivers need to take care of what Tom is referring to, the net code detection system. iRacing does a good job of guessing where the cars are going to be, but sometimes it just gets a little bit wrong, and there's contact when the cars aren't quite close enough to make that contact. So these drivers are going to need to be careful. They don't want to race door to door. That's for sure.
I don't think that's going to stop them, though, frankly.
No, because there's only one way Perez can get by, and that's to go door to door. And Raspagliese will not make it easy. Here we go, into the braking zone. Hard on the binders again.
Yeah, Perez trying a slightly different line there after the contact earlier. Trying to see if there was a way around the outside there. But that's not a move that's really going to work in this forum.
You can see him get a big wiggle there. A big wiggle when he does at the slowest point. You drift out to that curb, and then you really cut the wheel hard. He's cutting the wheel too hard, breaking traction, and losing all of his forward momentum.
Do we know if Salvina is male or female? Salvina, I know, is a female name, but this may be a mother's credit card being used to fund the young dreams of her son.
Yes, I don't think we know. We'll get our producers to look into it and see if we can get an answer before the end of the show. If not, we'll let you know next week.
Or we'll just wildly speculate.
Well, that's what we typically do. All right, and there we go. We see the lap traffic push out wide into the grass. No problem for the leader. Will it affect second place? Yes, it will.
It affect second place. Perez there had to put on the brakes on the exit of turn one as Pierre de Robert came back onto the track pretty much on the exit line. And that has cost
him about a second.
Him about a second.
Or her. It might have. It definitely cost her. It definitely cost them about a second.
Our production team have confirmed that Salvina Perez is male tonight, so that clears up any pronoun action that we may be concerned about, and now we can get back on with the race. Your leader, Francisco Raspagliese, through the infield section now onto the back straight.
And he's not going to make it. He's in the wall. Yeah, he was all over the place there. Oh, and here he goes, backing onto the track in front of oncoming traffic. Oh, looping it around. Here comes some more traffic. Here comes Nathan White. What will happen here? White gets by clean.
That's something you hate to see.
And here comes Jose Pablo. Will he get by clean? Yes, he does.
And if we go to a replay, if possible, of the Perez incident there, I think it was Slovenia just getting slightly loose through the left-hander of the infield, touching the grass, and at that point the weight transfer is all around, straight into the wall. It's a section that's caught out both noobs and experienced drivers before, and that's a shame. I thought we were looking at a good race at that point.
Yeah, only 10 turns and only 2 miles here at Summit Point, but it's still a tricky stretch of tarmac.
Absolutely. This is still a test of man and machine. And that leaves Rospigliese with a decent gap now. 16-second leader for Nathan White in second place, with Jose Pablo Duero in third place. Looks like the closest battle on track at the moment is for fourth between Brandon Owens and Ole Jakobsen. Let's go have a look at that. The car number 9, Brandon Owens. And
yes.
Jakobsen is right behind him.
Yeah, Ole. Ole, let's see it.
Jakobsen started from the back row of the grid, did not set a qualifying time.
He even laid back at the start.
Did not set a very competitive qualifying time, was laid back, but is now seems to have picked up some pace and is catching rapidly Brandon Owens' number 9 car.
And as they make a pass there on a car coming back out on track. Ole trying to reel him in. Brandon doing all he can to get away.
You see the two cars have slightly different lines through the final corner there. Ole turning in slightly earlier with an effort to maximize his exit speed. And it appears he's catching a little bit. That last lap there was about half a second faster than Brandon Owens, and he's in the draft now to turn 1. He's not going to have a look.
Oh, this is going to be close.
I think there may have been a nudge there.
Wow. I didn't think he'd get slowed down in time, but I think he did.
He got slowed down with the help of the rear bumper of Owens, which it's a legitimate strategy.
Hey,
but
4 brakes are
getting spicy.
Yes, it is, and I expect him to make a move. Here we go. Right into the bumper of the 9 car, turns him around. I thought Ole was here for SR the way the way the start went, but that didn't look like someone driving for SR.
No, it didn't. That was a 0% move at best, and he turned poor Brandon Owens there straight into the grass, showing off the new physics from iRacing. But if I were Owens, I'd be slightly annoyed.
I believe you'd be more than slightly.
But this is the drama that we look for in Boston Pit Theatre. It's never a dull moment right from the flag. So let's check in with our leader, the number 6 car, Francisco Raspagliese. Out of turn 2 here, this is lap 12 of 15 total.
There'll be
now,
3
stretching the lead of 3 to go next time by. Stretching the lead of Nathan White, 18.5 seconds. I don't think this guy's going to be troubled at all.
No.
His only enemy is going to be his internet connection.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, I think I would even maybe back it down just a bit here. He's really pushing the limits and running close to running wide. You know, would hate to make an unforced error when you have such a big lead.
Yep, fastest car on track, last lap by 2 seconds. And I think he's just toying with the opposition at this point.
So it doesn't look like second place is going to be able to close down this gap. But
no.
Perez is right there behind, although it's not for position. Perez is a lap down.
Yeah, Perez a lap down behind Nathan White, but I don't think that's going to slow him down. Maybe looking to put a lap back, and White indeed pulls over and lets Silvina past.
Trulio is spun again. His car seems to be broken.
Christian Trujillo there.
Yes,
I
had heard on the marshals or the tower had just radioed that Richardson had been disqualified, and so I was going back to see how that happened. Richardson was determined not to let him by, and I guess he was successful.
I think there was some previous incident there that we saw, and Richardson was definitely not about to let Trujillo go for a second time, and that was as blatant as you will ever see on iRacing. I'll be interested to see what the stewards think of that in the future.
There is a message down there in the paddock. I don't know if we can share that with the viewers.
I don't think that's broadcast friendly.
I'd think GD worth it. You even effing know what you did, you effer. So,
and Christian Trujillo comes back, intimating that William Richardson is a crybaby, but William responds that he is a genital and should learn to fuck race.
But then Christian says, just sit down and wait for the ban. Which
implies there will be some protests here. This is a story that will run and run. I think we can look forward to some FIA action and some judicial hearings in the next couple of weeks.
And yeah, Richardson welcomed the protest and said he would like to raise with one of his own.
So I will try and get some interviews with these characters at the next edition of BST. Hopefully they'll be around, and this could be a story for the season if this keeps going.
I wouldn't mind inviting them both back next week to settle their differences at 10 p.m. on Monday.
This could be a new oh dear.
Plus the Christian's even accusing William as of crashing him over racial reasons. I'm
not sure how you could crash someone in a racial way, but if there's anyone that can do it, the iRacing Bottom Split Theatre crowd can find a way.
So, yeah, I would say tune in, folks. This story's not over, but this race almost is, so we better cover that. Our leader, Francisco Respagliese, is out front by about 21 seconds. He's down in the twisty bits, and normally we'd follow him all the way to the finish, but that doesn't seem very exciting. So let's go back to Nathan White. Nathan White has been passed by Perez. Perez, who got by him, he's trying to get back on the lead lap, will not have time.
No, Perez trying hard. They rejoined the track after taking the fast repair, and their lap times have been back up there. Last was 25.1. But Respagliese last lap, fastest car on track, 24.2, and he's running away with this race. This comes around the final corner here to start the last lap and take the white flag.
Oh, that is... Yeah, this will be it right here.
So apologies there. We had a model on the start-finish line with the checkered flag. Delaying some and causing some confusion, but Respagliese now on the back straight
coming
to the final corner.
Yep, coming under bridge, coming by the pit entrance. It'll be your winner out of the Hispano-America Club with the super high ping, able to hang on with the 400 ping, but the 100 quality. Francisco Respagliese.
Dominant win there, Francisco. Had a little bit of pressure early on from Silvina, but dealt with it beautifully, actually, I have to say, even with contact.
Nathan White coming to the line here in second place, sliding through the last corner. He's a Grip TV driver. Grip TV, that's a nice up-and-comer in the sim broadcasting world. We wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, it's always nice to have competition in the capitalist world, but they're not covering bottom split theatre, and frankly, that's a failing.
So Jose Pablo was able to just now cross the line, and that is your podium. Ole Jacobson still on the track. He's going to come home fourth right now, squealing tires through the last corner. And the last guy on the lead lap will be Brandon Owens, and he's working his way through the final corner now. That's our top five. So what are your thoughts from tonight's race, Tom?
So, great drive from Francisco Respagliese. Disappointing to see Silvina spin out after that early battle. But for me, the story of the race is really the deterioration of diplomatic feeling between Christian Trujillo and William Richardson. The battle has been ongoing in the paddock now for some time, and I believe the latest from that we can bring you is that Christian has saved the footage and will be sending it to all the iRacing bosses. So this is a story that can run and run. I think we should be looking forward to seeing these drivers on track in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to go back here after the broadcast and see if I can find out what initially got them upset with each other.
And if we can find some evidence of this feud, then we will, of course, bring this to you on the huge-ass YouTube channel.
I think it's going to be on here on lap 5. It's going to be lap 5 in the hard braking zone at the downhill. And it just looked, we saw that one live. The 7 just got in there too deep.
Yep.
And that was it was a racing deal. He ran out of talent. It was definitely the 7's fault. But I have to believe Nim's going to side with the 7 on this one. Retaliation is never allowed. So
yeah, it's a definite no-no. I mean, incidents happen even in bottom split theater, especially in bottom split theater. But retaliation is it's not what we want to see on the iRacing service. This is a professional simulation for serious drivers, and we don't want to see that. You wouldn't catch someone like Ayrton Senna or Max Verstappen retaliating over instance on the track.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see, and I'll reach out to them, and if they're still here next week, maybe they'll show back up, settle their differences on the track. But until then, I'm Alex Albert. That's Tom Ellison. This has been Bottom Split Theater. Thank you to Michael Derby for twisting all the knobs and all the switches, and we'll see you guys next week.
Good night.